We are currently at the calm before the storm, the slow season of makeup and beauty. I feel like there aren't as many exciting products in this moment being released. I'm currently just waiting for the storm to come because we all know that the holiday season is going to be busy, like always. With that being said, we are going to be as critical as possible about these new makeup releases because the storm is coming, y'all. The storm is coming. I want you to save your wallet, save your coin, and wait for the right moment to actually buy the thing that you want versus feeling the need to buy something just because it's new. Hi gorgeous, welcome back to the beauty room. My name is Elle if you're new, and I apologize in advance if I start sweating through this video. I decided to wear a cardigan, which is not the smartest decision on my part, and I also have to turn off the air conditioning in order to film this video so that you don't hear any background noise. So as much as I love the summer, it is a hot and sweaty moment for me right now. If you just so happen to be new to my channel and never watched one of these videos before, basically I share with you my hot takes and personal opinions about upcoming new makeup releases to be a little bit more critical about my makeup buying decisions, but also to help those of you who may be on a low buy or a no buy or just want to be more intentional with your purchases. This is not a video where I am reviewing products unless I've already tried them. They're only about new products. It's commentary about new products that are coming out and deciding whether or not I'm going to purchase or pass on the products. As always, these videos are meant to create a conversation and a community in the comments below, so I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions, whether the same as mine or different as mine. I want to hear from you. Just make sure to be kind and respectful because there is no need to put other people down just because you think that a lip gloss is better than another lip gloss, all right? With that being said, I get most of my beauty news from the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page. This is not sponsored by them, by the way. I just want to give credit where credit is due. If you want to find out about these releases in real time before watching my video, then feel free to follow them on Instagram. All right, we're just gonna get right into it in no particular order because I just could not be bothered today to put this in order. The first product launch is from Glossier. Nothing new here. They're releasing their summer capsule collection. It is limited edition, and basically it contains 2 different shades of their ultra lip product, and then also comes with, or it doesn't come with, maybe you can buy this all together, but in the collection you can buy the Glossier claw clip and the Glossier comb. The first thing I have to say about this that I absolutely hate. I hate it. I hate it. I don't understand this design decision. Why is this packaging? Why is a logo different than every other Glossier logo? Why did they decide to change the logo on this collection? I don't understand that. That's like a branding no-no when it comes to graphic design. It is definitely a rule-breaking moment, and I'm okay with that. You know, you want to be a little bit bold and innovative with your graphic design, but why did you choose this font, Glossier? I like a lot of Glossier's graphic design, product design. They're very good at branding, but for some reason, they made the executive decision to pick the most atrocious font, in my personal opinion, that is just blocked and squished together for this launch. Aside from the atrocious font choice, I do really like the color choices for this collection. I am definitely the target market for the shades they decided to choose for summer. I love anything terracotta and orange, as you can tell by my makeup look today. Anything orange, burnt orange, sun-kissed, sunburnt, I'm obsessed with because I feel like it's really flattering on my skin tone. I always tend to reach for and purchase orange toned lip products, peachy tones, very much my vibe. That's like my signature makeup color. So I would buy this. Like, I would consider buying this if it wasn't for the packaging. I think the packaging kind of missed the mark for me, and for that reason it just makes me feel like it's not even worth the purchase at all. But I do like the color. That is one positive thing I would say about it. I like that they chose a rich burnt orange and a warm creamsicle color. The Ultra Lip retails for $22, which is the same as their other Ultra Lips, I believe, but then they continue to miss the mark. Again, I do love their product design. I do love their branding. I think that they have a very strong brand presence from a marketing standpoint. They do it really, really well, especially when they work with influencers and their consumers. I feel like they're just doing something right in the space, and more brands should follow suit. With that being said, I have a theory, a little bit of a conspiracy theory. They tend to launch a lot of merch products, so like sweaters or makeup bags or tote bags, because their branding is so strong, which is great. If brands can launch merch products and people buy it, it's likely because their presence is so strong. And this is not an exception for the summer collection, because they're launching their hair comb, which literally retails for $34. A hair comb for $34 in terrible font once again. Wait, is this their like alternative Glossier logo? I'm wondering. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know Glossier better than I do, this could be their like alternate font, but like I still don't like it. I still don't like it. Whether it's part of their branding or not, I still don't like this font and I wish they would change it. The heat is getting to me and I'm jumping all over the place. This comb is not worth $34. It's cute. I like the orange. It comes with a little case to it. I really like the color choice of the orange comb, and then you have the stripes and then you have the green logo. I think that's really cute, but it's not worth $34. It's just simply not. And then they also have the claw clip, and get this, the claw clip is $22. Do you get a pack? No, you get one claw clip for $22. And guess how much the Ultra Lip is? $22. Why is the claw clip the same price as the Ultra Lip? Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there are going to be people out there that really like the claw clip and the comb. But if we're being real here, whether you decide to buy this or not, I'm not judging you if you decide to buy this because it's cute. It is cute. But we can look each other in the eye and agree that it is not worth the price. It is not worth the price. And that leads to my conspiracy, which I think that Glossier is actually making more profit and money off of their merch than they are their makeup. And I say that because of these prices. And I also say that because when you look at a lot of their merch, I've looked through their merch before. I think some of their merch is cute. A lot of it ends up being sold out. A lot of the limited edition stuff ends up being sold out. And their hoodies are like, I don't know, I think like $80 or something. I could be wrong. Haven't checked it in a while. But to think about how marked up the merchandise prices are like the equivalent of marked up concert merch. And the fact that people buy this and eat this up, I feel like says a lot. And the fact that they continue to not only just release makeup products, they actually release makeup products a lot more slowly, I noticed, than their actual merch product. It gives me a feeling that Glossier is mainly selling their merch over their makeup at this point because they've built such a strong brand presence. Again, I could be totally wrong. This is a conspiracy on my part, but that's my thoughts on Glossier. Let me know your thoughts on my conspiracy with Glossier. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment down below. All right, we were starting off really hot with that one, but we are gonna continue to roast some of these products because again, the holidays are coming up. We gotta be strong, we gotta be strict, and this is no exception. ColourPop is a few years too late with their new liquid blush launches that are definitely supposed to be dupes or inspired packaging from Rare Beauty. Now, instead of a round top, they decided to do a heart-shaped top, which I'm not gonna lie, is pretty cute. I do like it. I like the little touch that they had there. It's one of the packaging dupes that I think is the cutest. So, you know, ColourPop, they didn't do it completely wrong there, but they are a few years too late in my opinion. Not only that, the shades are kind of mediocre to me. I feel like when it comes to ColourPop, they're definitely known for their colorful eyeshadows. The amount of eyeshadows they used to release was ridiculous, but now I feel like they're slowing down on their eyeshadow releases because I feel like in general, eyeshadows are not trending anymore, and they have moved on to really focusing on other product launches like complexion, foundation, concealer, lip products, etc. And they're, at least from what I see, releasing at a more slower pace. And this is one of the products that they decided to release. Every time they release anything that's not eyeshadow, I feel like their color range is always lacking, especially because they are known for colorful eyeshadow products. Their brand name is literally ColourPop. And there's nothing popping about this shade range of blush. So not only are they a little bit too late on this one when it comes to trying to dupe Rare Beauty, they're also missing the mark when it comes to color, in my opinion. Again, I gotta stop saying in my opinion. You understand that this is my opinion. If you don't understand that it's my opinion, then you gotta click out of this video. So they're missing the mark on the shades. I do like the shades. I'm not saying that I don't like the shades. I feel like if this blush shade range launched with Glossier or launched with even Rare Beauty or any other brands that's not ColourPop, it would make sense. But it's a missed opportunity for ColourPop to not be launching colors in their complexion products that is a little bit more fun. you know? Like, I think ColourPop screams colorful and fun, and they could have done a lot more with these shades to make them more special. Now, I'm not saying the colors have to be unwearable, but a good example is like Juvia's Place. Their liquid blushes are very much colorful in my opinion. They are super pigmented and very similar to Rare Beauty in terms of pigment, but the Juvia's Place liquid blushes are very much vibrant, colorful shades that are still wearable, and that's what I expect from ColourPop, but what I get from the shade range is dull. So ColourPop, if you're watching this, that's the only, main critique that I have, is to maybe make your other complexion products or any other products you release be a little bit more colorful and fun, because we are kind of missing that in the beauty space. I know there's a reason why brands play it safe, but if you're called ColourPop, you should probably make colors that pop. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. I thought that was my only critique, but my other critique is that ColourPop is, focusing more on launches that aren't just eyeshadow, which is great, but I feel like they're kind of falling behind when it comes to those releases, and the reason just could be the fact that they don't have like a standard formula for these launches, just like they did with eyeshadow. With eyeshadow, it's probably a little bit easier for them because they had like a standard formula. They really just need to change the color palette, but with these launches, they do have to actually come up with new formulas, which means that it might take longer to develop. But I think if ColourPop wants to stay on the trends, I feel like they need to launch things in better timing. Maybe not on the same timing as their eyeshadow palettes, but in more relevant timing, because this launch feels very outdated to me. Speaking of a terrible color range, it gets worse. It does. I'm sorry to say it, but it does get worse. YSL is launching their own liquid blushes. So maybe ColourPop isn't behind on the trend because we have a couple of more liquid blushes to go. So maybe liquid blushes are trending, which is still so strange to me because Rare Beauty did it first and they did it better. And brands are really just hopping on the bandwagon a couple years too late. Anyways, YSL is releasing their Make Me Blush. It's a second skin effect liquid blush, highly pigmented formula with a light texture, melts into the skin for long-lasting healthy glow, and it can be applied to bare skin or over foundation in 6 shades. Do y'all see what I'm seeing right now? Because I'm confused. I am truly just baffled right now. I don't quite understand what's going on with these colors. And I thought ColourPop was bland. This is worse. ColourPop at least has a range of blush shades. What's going on here, YSL? What happened? Bring it back to the lab. Bring it back to the lab and do it all over again because I am just so confused. I know in the comments people are saying the yellow and the white shades are actually supposed to be mixing pigments. It's an obvious thing. We should all know that. No, it's not an obvious thing. As a person who's chronically online, who talks about makeup and watches makeup videos, it's an obvious thing. But for your average consumer who just buys makeup once in a while and doesn't follow all of the makeup trends or product launches or techniques, the yellow and the white is truly confusing for the fact that the product is being marketed as a liquid blush. And then I thought I would give it the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, oh, okay, like if that's a mixing pigment and it's obvious for us, I would think that they would market it that way. But nothing in this Instagram post from Trend Mood says that it's a mixing product. Not only that, the packaging that we can see, I don't know if the box is going to be different, but the packaging itself literally just says, Make Me Blush Liquid Blush. It says blush twice, by the way. There's nothing about this that tells a consumer or the user that this is going to be a multi-purpose product. And a lot of people, unless you're like a makeup artist or chronically online, chronically watching beauty videos, understand, or unless you're someone who like is an artist and understands color theory, will look at this color range and think, ooh, a yellow blush, or ooh, a white blush. It just will literally not make sense. I could be wrong, and maybe the yellow is supposed to be like a blushy color somehow, but I'm not seeing it. And it's also very strange coming from YSL because I would understand like a makeup artist brand to come out with like mixing pigments, or even House Labs when they came out with the foundation and they had like a really light white shade. In a foundation, it makes a lot of sense. And also in a concealer, if they came out with the yellow and the white and a concealer, that would also make sense. But I truly truly think that they're doing something by making this a blush, and it could be beyond my knowledge. Let's say I'm just being particular. Maybe I'm just being a little picky, a little bit more critical. Let's remove the yellow and the white from this picture, okay? Let's remove it and just look at the blush range that they offer that doesn't include the yellow and the white. You can't tell me that that's exciting. You can't tell me that there's a good range there. You can't tell me that it doesn't look half done, especially when we compare it to all of the upcoming liquid blushes I'm going to be talking about and the ColourPop liquid blushes. What is this range? YSL, take it back to the lab. I'm telling you, take it back to the lab. You can do better than this. You can. Your formulas are great. Shade ranges could use a little work. All right, I'm getting spicy. It's getting spicy, it's getting hot. I'm getting a little passionate right now. Now, an example of a brand that I think has done a better job at their shade range, maybe not the best, but still better, is Hourglass. So Hourglass is launching, or has launched, their Unreal Liquid Blushes. This is more of a serum-like liquid blush, and it comes with 7 different shades that you can choose from. And if you look at these shades, they very much look like a blush, but not only that, you get like a range of undertones. So you get some cool tone pinks, like a mauve pink, you get terracottas, red, plum, orange. There's a decent, option of blushes to choose from, which is what I look for when it comes to blush range. I was able to look at this in store, so stay tuned for my upcoming Sephora shopping video. If it's already uploaded, I'll link it somewhere in the cards and in the description. If not, make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications because that will be uploaded very soon. But with that being said, I really like the color range of these liquid blushes. I actually found it really difficult to pick a shade. The only thing I would say is that the shade range is really nothing special. Like if you already have Rare Beauty liquid blushes and a handful of them, you probably already have a lot of these shades. The formula is nothing like the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, by the way. They are more of a sheer formula, a little bit more on like the serum-y, watery side of a liquid blush, and the packaging is probably going to be smaller than you expect it to be, but the amount that it comes with is about the same as the Charlotte Tilbury liquid blushes. Hourglass definitely did their own thing. They did not try to dupe or copy Rare Beauty with this one, and I liked that. I liked that they were trying to do something different. They're still hopping on the trend of liquid blushes, but it's more of like a serum-like liquid blush. I think you would like this if you like a kind of like no makeup kind of vibe, and there's also a decent shade range that you can choose from. So with that being said, I think Hourglass, as annoying as Hourglass can be sometimes and as expensive as they can be sometimes, they're doing something right, at least in comparison to YSL, which is supposedly a luxury fashion house beauty brand, which is insane. With that being said, if you are interested in these Hourglass liquid blushes and you have a lot of blush and you're obsessed with blush, you're not missing out. You're not missing out. I like it, but it's not something you're missing out on, trust me. And you probably have all of these shades 10 times over somewhere in your makeup collection, so there's nothing that you're missing out on. If for some reason this goes viral on TikTok, do not believe or trust it. It is really not that special. It's good, but it's not special. Speaking of YSL, they have another product launch, which in my opinion is a little bit more exciting, and I actually have some good things to say about this one. So they are releasing new shades of their Couture mini eyeshadow clutches. They do retail for $68, which is insanely expensive. I know, insanely expensive. I have purchased one of their clutches in the past, and I'm gonna just do a little bit of a review for you in case any of you are interested in any of these color ranges. I have to say that I think in general YSL does not do a good job when it comes to choosing like a color range for their makeup launches, and eyeshadows are no exception. Like the bottom corner one with the pop of orange is very strange to me. The smoky black one looks traditional and normal, but they do already have a cool tone palette already. I'm more excited for the neutral palette color, and that's why I kind of want to get it, because in their original line there wasn't really a lot of color stories that I was excited for. Even the one that I bought was not perfect for me. So first of all, you get this gorgeous package, and in my opinion, I love this package. I think it is so cute. It looks like they're luxury bags. It does feel like plastic. It is very much lightweight. It doesn't have weight to it at all, really, but I think they make up for it because of the kind of a leather clutch feeling, which I really, really like. Then you open it up and they have the old-fashioned little slots for the cheap little eyeshadow brushes. I don't know why they still do this. I need to know the history behind it and why they continue to do it. If you hear any music in the background, it's just because my neighbors downstairs likes to blast their music all day, and it is really freaking annoying. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Anyways, on more of a positive note, I do love the eyeshadow quality of this. They are the softest eyeshadows I've ever used, ever. Like, they're so freaking soft. The downside is that because they are so soft, this shimmer right here did kind of pop out of the pan, and I have to be really careful because it doesn't really stick into the pan, which is annoying because it is $68. So I understand if you don't want to pay $68 for a palette like this, it might not be worth it for you. I believe that they fixed this issue. Someone in the comments told me that they had recalled it and fixed the issue. So there's a chance that that might not happen again. Hopefully not, because it's so expensive. If that is the case, the only way I will find out is if I buy the next one and see if that has the same issue. If not, then it would be something I can confidently recommend. I think these products are for those of you who understand the feeling of like a luxury product. It is not for those of you who don't want to overspend on makeup. Like, I totally get it. If you have eyeshadow palettes you already really love, you do not need this. If you collect eyeshadow palettes, you definitely do not need this. To be more specific, I don't think that luxury beauty is for those of you who care about value. Like, who care about getting a lot of value for your money, who care about like stretching your money as far as it can go. This is for those of you who would rather have one really nice thing that you use all the time versus a lot of really nice things that you might use every once in a while, if that makes sense. And again, value is very subjective. For some people, value might be the amount of product you get for the price that you get, but for other people, value might mean how often you use something in comparison to the price. Like, cost per use is also another way to measure value for you. So this all just depends on what you care about. And then also for other people, the value is the package itself. The value is just the feeling of the product, the formula, the design of it. Okay, moving on to another launch from Fenty Beauty. I feel like Fenty Beauty is a brand that is always constantly launching something. For some reason, I continue to talk about them bi-weekly in every single criticizing new makeup releases video, and I continue to say the same thing, which is Fenty Beauty makes really good lip products. I'm always intrigued by their lip products, but their other products aren't really like a hit for me. They always have so many launches, I've noticed, because they have so many brands across from like hair now to body to makeup, and a lot of their products end up going on sale. I do wonder if there are products that those of you use from Fenty Beauty that you would consider holy grail, because truthfully I haven't really found those products from Fenty Beauty. Like, Fenty Beauty, as much as I want to really like their products, they don't end up being my favorites. With that being said, they are launching something that I am kind of excited about. It's their Gloss Bomb Shine in a Stick. It's supposed to be a luscious lip gloss and lipstick in one. It also has vitamin E and shea butter, squalane, kiwi oil to lock in moisture, and it retails for $25. This I am very intrigued by because, first of all, love the packaging. It's a cohesive design, but every single individual lipstick or lip gloss, whatever you want to call it, has a different shade that matches with the actual color of the product. And for me, that is a design that makes so much sense in terms of organization and usage. I love a cohesive design when it comes to packaging because it just looks better, but when it's also kind of usable and easy to organize and easy to find, that is the best design in my opinion. So for me, love the packaging. I think it's so cute. I love anything that's like a lip balm, lipstick, lip gloss. Very much my vibe. The only thing that I would critique is, I feel like, again, the color range. I'm critiquing that a lot in this video because that is the way that I convince myself out of buying a lot of things, is if there's not a color for me in the color range, it's an automatic no. So if you have a hard time trying to talk yourself out of buying things, really critique the color range, because as beautiful as these lip products look, again, the color range is just, something's missing. It's missing like some Fenty pizzazz, and Fenty usually has a wide range of colors and they're usually very experimental with it. And for some reason, these lip shades look very bland to me, which there's nothing wrong with that because I do love a good neutral. I love wearable colors. I'm not asking them to make unwearable colors, but the range itself isn't screaming excitement. I feel like there's actually a lot of like mauvey pinks. That is just not a shade that I wear. Like, I don't wear mauvey pinks. I don't like them on me. Any cool tone pinks and purples, I don't like them on me. It washes me out, makes me look dead. I like warm tone colors. So for those of you who like more cool tone mauvey colors, there might be something for you in this line. For me, I don't really see it. And then the deeper shades, obviously not made for me, but even if I wore as a bold lip, I don't really wear bold lips that often, so would definitely not get those colors. And then the lighter shades look very pale for me, and again, look like they're gonna wash me out. So the only color that I would probably consider based off of these pictures is the shade Fenty Glow. I would assume it's similar to the Fenty Glow lip gloss, but again, it's looking pretty pale in this picture. Or even, it's called Sorta Selfish. That looks like a shade that I would like. Other than that, I'm not really excited about any of these shades, and maybe they will extend the shade line like they usually do if it becomes really popular. The formula looks very intriguing to me, so this is something that I will be very excited to see in store, swatch in store, to decide whether or not it's worth it. And again, Fenty Beauty, one of the things that I feel like they do right most of the time is their lip product, so I think I can trust them when it comes to their lip launches. Finally, my neighbor turned off their music. I do not know why that was necessary. It's my lucky day because some days it goes from like 9 a.m. to like 5 p.m. and that's when I work. So anyways, moving on, we have a launch from Makeup by Mario. And again, Makeup by Mario showing up in every single criticizing new makeup releases video. He is launching new shades of his cream blushes and new shades of his lip serums. This is screaming summer vibes. And this is what I'm looking for when it comes to a summer shade range. Now, keep in mind, not all of the shade ranges I've talked about are meant to be for summer, but this is a shade range done right. It's exciting, it's fun, it fits the season. I'm really feeling it. And it's not just all oranges either, which is what I really like about it. There's orange, there's red, there's pink. Really, really like this. There's pops of color, but there's also more like muted pinks. I love this. Makeup by Mario. One thing that they do a really good job at is their shade range. Brands should definitely be looking out for Makeup by Mario's shade choices because I think that they do make some really amazing choices. Anyways, with that being said, I have tried their lip serum in the past. I did used to love their lip serum. I used it every single day until I used it all up, but I decided to never repurchase it because as much as I liked it, a lot of other brands were coming out with like glossy lip products and I ended up liking theirs better. So for that reason, I think that the lip serums are good. I would recommend them, but are they the best? Not necessarily. I think that if you find a special shade, you'll probably fall in love with it, but I didn't really find a holy grail status where I kept repurchasing it. That being said, I love these shades. If I was into these bright colors right now and I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and wear more bright pops for the summertime, I would probably be considering a purchase. But recently, I've really been into more like burnt reds, burnt oranges, more like muted terracotta orange colors. So will not be buying any lip serums from Makeup by Mario. They also decided to mimic the lip products in the cream blushes, which these cream blushes are so popular. I've heard amazing reviews about these cream blushes. I think every other beauty influencer that has reviewed these usually have something good to say about them, and it has intrigued me. The reason why I haven't bought it is because I have tried their like cream bronzer before that the same beauty influencers and content creators have fallen in love with, and I didn't like it because I have oily skin, and though the cream bronzer was just very balmy for me, greasy looking on my skin, and I feel like the blushes are going to be no exception. So I don't want to risk trying this for the sake of curiosity and then end up not liking it. I have a feeling that I'm not going to like it, but spoiler, I did see these in my Sephora shopping video and I was very close to buying it, very close. So stay tuned for that video to find out if I actually buy it. If you've tried it, let me know. I do prefer more of like a satin matte finish cream blush. I don't like balmy textured cream blushes. I like a little bit of radiance in my liquid and cream blushes, but I don't want it to be overly dewy because it tends to enhance my texture. So if you have tried the cream blushes from Makeup by Mario, comment below and let me know what you think about it. How would you describe the texture and the finish? And if you have oily skin, even better, did it work for you? Or did you feel like you looked greasy at the end of the day? Then we have a launch from LYS, which to me, this is actually kind of exciting. LYS is a brand that I don't know. I am intrigued by. I haven't tried a lot of their products. I love their cream bronzer, obsessed with it, fallen back in love with it again. I've been using it every other day this summer. It is a product I stand by and would highly recommend. They have also been launching a lot of new products. They're not usually for me because they tend to be really glowy, like their cream blushes and their cream highlights are just very dewy, very glowy. Y'all know what my vibes are, and those are not my vibes. So I haven't really tried any of the new releases from LYS, but I am on the lookout for their products because I really like the prices of their products, and I also think that they tend to cater more towards medium to deeper skin tones, which I feel like is really missing on the beauty market. And this time, they are launching their new Triple Fix Translucent Loose Setting Powder. There is a pink version, so that's really interesting. This is supposed to be a finely milled powder for flawless, long-lasting wear with silky smooth texture, glides effortlessly onto your skin, leaving a velvety finish. I love that word. That's what I want my skin to look like. I want it to have a velvety finish that feels weightless and effortless, comes in 7 different shades, which is honestly a decent amount for a translucent powder release because a lot of brands usually come out with like, what, 3 to 4, and maybe they expand later on. But LYS right off the bat coming out with 7 different shades. I don't see a peach one, which is shocking, or maybe that's peach. Is that peach? But they do have some really deep colors, a pink shade, multiple different shades for medium skin tones, and that's what I like to see. That is exactly what I like to see, and I would probably consider purchasing this if I saw it in store. I would want to kind of swatch it and kind of see what the texture is like. Do I have enough powders already? Yes. Will not be buying it on a whim. Probably won't be buying it as soon as it launches, but I am very curious about it, and hopefully maybe after some reviews and other people testing it out and being test buddies for this, I might consider buying it for myself. Then we have a launch, another mini palette from Natasha Denona. Eyeshadow is still a thing for Natasha Denona. I feel like we have grown and matured out of our eyeshadow era, but Natasha Denona is still continuing to release eyeshadow, but she is known for eyeshadow, so that makes sense. This is going to be a new mini palette, drawing inspiration from the iconic rosy hues of the Rosy Cheek duo and I Need a Rose lip collection. It's going to retail for $27. It has mauve, pink, and taupes and cool tones. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, I don't like it. I don't like it. The look she did with this though, like the campaign images, gorgeous. It does make me want to buy it when I look at those. But if I were to just remove those campaign images and look at the actual colors themselves and see if I can create a look with it, I would have just been like, no. These seem like really odd combinations of colors. Not saying you can't make a good look out of this because apparently Natasha Denona can. The campaign images are so freaking pretty and it makes me want to buy this palette so that I can recreate the looks. But just right off the bat, if I take out the campaign images, my regular self, I don't know if I would like the looks that come out of this. I also feel like a lot of Natasha Denona's eyeshadow color stories are very, especially in the mini palettes, are very dull and ashy on me, and I'm not going to make that same mistake again. So I will definitely not be buying this, but I can admire and appreciate the actual artistry in the campaign images because wow, that is gorgeous. And I also have eyeshadows very similar to those campaign images, so I could probably recreate something with what I already have. I do wonder though, is there anyone else that's still buying eyeshadow? Are you still intrigued by Natasha Denona's eyeshadow releases? Because this is the first eyeshadow launch I've seen, I think, in a while, aside from her golden palette release. Get ready, y'all, because I am going to be roasting the crap out of this one, and I would like to apologize in advance for those of you who actually like this. Nothing personal against you at all, but I have a lot to say. It is the new launch from Christian Louboutin. It is their launch of their lip oils in 4 different shades. 2 of them look very similar, first of all. Second of all, one of these retail for $74. Do I need to go any further? Yes, I do. The packaging is trying way too hard to be luxury, and not saying that luxury has to be like quiet luxury, but I do have a biased opinion and perspective. I do really like luxurious things that are a little bit more understated, and this is the exact opposite of that. It's like a very confusing design. It's like a mixture of like fish scales, but then you have studs around the cap, and then you have like a crown kind of thing going on. Like, what is this supposed to be? What is this inspired by? Is it just beyond my artistic knowledge? Like, I don't know what's happening. It's very much like giving fish, but like a studded fish. And I'm sure for $74, this is still probably going to be plastic packaging with minimal weight. And if it has weight to it, then okay, I'm wrong. If this is more like a glass-like weighted packaging, then okay, I'm wrong. Maybe $74. No, nothing's worth that is not worth $74, but maybe I can see how someone might justify that purchase, and I could also see how there could be people out there that really like this design. But personally, for me, ooh, I hate it. I hate it. The color range, there's no color range. There's clear, there's red, and there's probably a red orange, and then there's like a poppy pink, like a cool, no. Just no. It's supposed to be hydrating, dewy. For $74, this better plump my lips. This better be weighted glass packaging. This better be the best lip oil I've ever tried. And it better last all day. It is supposed to nourish your lip up to 24 hours. That's if it stays on your lips for 24 hours. Most lip oils fade off of your lips after like the first hour. So with that being said, I will not be buying this. I do not advise you to buy this either, and I apologize in advance if you do like this and if you do plan on buying this, but it's a no for me. You know I like luxury beauty, you know I like high-end beauty, but not Christian Louboutin. We're swiping left. Kylie Cosmetics is releasing their skin tint blurring elixir. I don't really talk about the Kardashians makeup brands that much in these videos, and I usually don't want to, but I do realize I have some things to say. The thing about Kylie Cosmetics recently, I've been looking at some of her launches, and I actually think they're good. Like, I've never tried the products, but when I look at their launches, I actually am intrigued. Like some of her lip product launches, some of her blush launches, I have actually been intrigued by it, especially the packaging I think is really cute with what she comes out with. Same thing with this. This is a skin tint blurring elixir, campaign images, top tier. Love the packaging of this. Wish it was pink, but still really cute. But the thing is, I don't buy from Kylie Cosmetics, and I think it's just because her name is on the brand. I think if she had released a brand separate from her name, I might be more willing to buy it. And it's not that I hate the Kardashians. I don't have enough energy and time to put hate into the world like that, but I also don't want to support them anymore. The last video and the last thing I tried was, I think it was Skin by Kim makeup, and I regretted it afterwards because I was like, what was the point of me making that video? Why did I feel the need to try the product? And I completely forgot about all the reasons why I didn't want to support the Kardashians. So that was an awakening for me, and I want to continue to not support the Kardashians. And I think that if their products were separate from their name and we didn't know who was making the products, I think like Kylie Cosmetics could stand alone because a lot of her launches are really cute. And if ColourPop were to launch a lot of the same products as Kylie Cosmetics but put ColourPop's name on it, I think we would have something, truly. Speaking of really cute packaging, Too Faced is launching their heart-shaped setting powders, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of a sucker for. They're also launching 5 shades of their, or is this 5 or 6? 6 shades of their Disco Crush multi-use eye and face sparkle. Their multi-use eye and face sparkle tells me, because they're not calling it eyeshadow, this is probably like pressed glitter. I don't think this is the same like concept as the, well, it's the same similar concept as the Moon Dust eyeshadows from Urban Decay, but because they're calling it multi-use eye and face sparkle, I think they're going to be a little bit grittier when it comes to glitter. I personally don't really like that, and I don't really care for that, but I can see that there's an audience for it. It's a pass for me. I don't really have anything else to say about that. It's like, okay, cool, single eyeshadow sparkle, woo. And how much is it? 30. Y'all, are we gonna pay $30 for what potentially could be gritty, glittery eyeshadow? I hope the answer is no. Now, the setting powder is really cute. It's really cute. I just like it because of the packaging. I am seriously a sucker for Too Faced heart-shaped packaging. I don't know why they ever got rid of it, but they're bringing it back, and I hope they bring it back with more things. It is $40, and I don't need another pressed powder at this moment. Rare Beauty is also launching a pressed powder, and there's only 4 shades, which isn't the worst, but also isn't the best. I think for now this is definitely a pass, but I can tell you right now that I think the packaging is so cute, and if I see this in person and I like the powder formula, I don't think I can resist. But $40, kind of insane, right, for Too Faced? That's very much luxury high-end pricing. And just when you thought we were done with the liquid blushes, we are not done with liquid blushes. ABH has launched their new blurring serum blush. It's a hydrating soft matte liquid blush with a radiant blurred finish. It's supposed to diffuse imperfections but also be radiant at the same time. It comes with, how many shades is that? Can I count? 5 different shades in their line, and it retails for $25 each. Again, spoiler, I did check this out in my Sephora shopping video and I kind of liked it. I really like the needle tip of the packaging. I feel like that just gives you a little bit more control on how much liquid blush you put on your hands. Again, it's not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty. It's slightly less pigmented, but the finish is very similar to Rare Beauty, maybe more on the matte side than the glowy side, and I really liked it. I will be talking about the Hourglass blush and the ABH blush a little bit more in my Sephora shopping video, but that is all I have to say for now. Again, is it anything special though than what you probably already have? Definitely not. I think all these liquid blushes are the same old, same old. If you already have a liquid blush you love, you do not need another one. But I am a sucker for liquid blush, so I may or may not have bought 1 or 2 of these. Then we have a cream blush from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a relaunch but with different shades. I believe it's their new Beautiful Skin Lip and Cheek Glow. I've heard a lot of great things about this. There are a lot of influencers and content creators that I feel like really enjoy this. Personally for me, it's the same reasoning as the Makeup by Mario cream blushes. I'm not a fan of cream blushes and they tend to be too glowy for me. Charlotte Tilbury loves a good glowy cream blush, and this is literally called Cheek Glow, so I am definitely staying away from this. It is probably not going to be for me. I definitely go through phases where I am very interested in a brand and everything that they launch, and I used to love Charlotte Tilbury. Everything that they came out with I wanted to buy. If it was me in like 2021, 2022, I would have probably bought this in a heartbeat, but I have not really been interested in Charlotte Tilbury for a really long time. I've tried a lot of their products and I'm kind of over Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't really been as excited about Charlotte Tilbury products as other brands, so definitely will not be buying this. And again, I could pass on a cream blush. I've just been a lot more specific when it comes to my preferences, so this one wasn't really a hard one for me to say no to. I really wish I put these in order, but I didn't, so we are going to talk about Fenty Beauty once again. This is a very bland launch. They are releasing another shade of their Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer in the shade Major Flex, which is basically just like a clear black shimmer gloss. I think this is a collaboration because there's a little smiley face on it for some reason. Doesn't really have that many details on it, but it's supposed to be a multicolored gunmetal gloss, and you guys know that I am not wearing black lip gloss. Do I look like a person that's gonna be wearing black lip gloss? No. Maybe when I was 16 years old, but not my 20-something-year-old self. With that being said, you don't really see a lot of brands releasing shades like this, so I think it's fun. I always like seeing Fenty Beauty kind of going outside of the box, and that's what I really like about the brand, is the fact that they're not afraid to try different colors and try different things, unlike other brands like ColourPop. Even if this flops, I still will appreciate the brand for trying. The last 2 products are non-makeup related products, but I was excited to talk about them anyways, or at least one of them. And this is the new perfume from from Love Shack Fancy. It is called their Endless Dreams Eau de Parfum in their purple bottle, and I actually bought my mom one of these perfumes, I think for Mother's Day one year, and I am obsessed with these perfume bottles. I think they're everything. I want it to be more. There's like a bow on the top. Anything Love Shack Fancy, very much my vibe. I wish I could afford Love Shack Fancy, and I'm gonna manifest today that one day I will be able to shop at Love Shack Fancy without feeling guilty about spending my money there, because everything about the branding is exactly what I want my branding to be, what I would want any brand that I would start to look like. And the packaging of this perfume screams me. I love the bow. It's so cute. Not only that, again, I went to Sephora, I smelled this in store, and I was so tempted. I'm not tempted by perfume. I'm not a perfume connoisseur, okay? I don't buy a lot of perfume. I think that is an expensive hobby because it's like $100 a bottle. And I almost bought like the small bottle. I consider that too. It smells so freaking good, y'all. Let me read the notes for you because I really, really like it. And I've smelled the other Love Shack Fancy scents, but I think this one's my favorite. So it's supposed to be a warm floral, and the key notes are strawberry. I love the smell of strawberry. That explains so much. Jasmine, also love the smell of jasmine. That also explains so much. And vanilla. Literally my 3 favorite scents mixed together in a gorgeous bottle. It's supposed to begin with strawberries and raspberries, so sweet you can almost taste them. Jasmine and peony acting as a fragrant lace, apparent yet transparent. Tahitian vanilla blends with the wild berries and lush flowers for a delicious enveloping treat. Reading this label, I shouldn't have read the label. I'm even more convinced. I want this. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy this. I'm probably gonna buy this. Will I be buying it anytime soon? Probably not, because I did spend a lot of money in New York. Spoiler, I've gone over budget this month. I can't be buying a perfume for $125, but when the time comes, you best believe that is gonna be added to my cart. Maybe it'll be my birthday gift. My birthday is August 30th. If anyone's watching this and wants to get me a gift, hint. This is the first perfume launch that I've felt this excited about. Again, I don't really follow perfume. I don't really have my eye out for perfume, but this one. The last launch isn't really anything new, but I do want to mention it for those of you who are obsessed with Glow Recipe. I know I have a lot of people out there that love a good Glow Recipe product. If I say anything wrong about Glow Recipe, you guys will be coming for me in the comments, all right? And I'm going to also probably fire you up a little bit. Glow Recipe usually releases their kits, and this time they have collaborated with Katie Fang from TikTok for 3 of her favorite products, which includes the Dewdrops, the Plum Plump Cream, and the Pore Tight Toner. By the way, I think Katie Fang's content is great. There's something about her that is so likable, so I can see why a lot of people follow her. And I love seeing influencers, TikTokers, content creators getting the recognition that they deserve, being able to work with their dream brands, and I know that Glow Recipe is a brand that she loves. With that being said, I am going to kind of review the products a bit because I do have some hot takes, okay? Because I have used these products. Number 1, Glow Recipe Dewdrops or Hue Drops. I really like this. I do. I think that the Dewdrops are one of my favorite products, but the Hue Drops you could do without, truthfully. And I don't know if that's because I have discoloration on my skin or my skin color. It just doesn't, it's like not a necessary product. I feel like it does the same just to use the regular Glow Drops rather than the Hue Drops. For the Hue Drops, it gives you like a little bit of color, but it's so sheer you can't even see it. And if you have uneven skin tone already, it's not something you can like wear alone because it looks really strange on your skin. It's definitely something you need to wear makeup with. And for that reason, I don't think the product stands alone. But that being said, I can see how people like it and enjoy it, but I think that the OG Glow Drops are better. Second of all, the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Cream. I use this and I use it all up. Keep in mind, I've used all of these products all up already. The cream is hydrating. I liked it on my skin. I like the smell of it. It felt really good. But after using it all up, I realized it wasn't hydrating enough for my skin. It also left like a little bit of a sticky residue, which I didn't really like. I want my moisturizer to kind of sink into my skin and hydrate my skin. And the Plum Plump Cream didn't really do that for me. It wasn't a holy grail and wasn't something I decided to repurchase. I actually prefer the Cetaphil cream. It's cheaper, it comes in a bigger tub, and it sinks into my skin a lot better and hydrates my skin a lot better than the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Cream. That is a mouthful. The last product I have not tried. So can't really give you my opinions on that. I do have a mini version and I do want to try that very soon. With that being said, if you have my type of skin, acne prone, textured, oily skin, take with that information what you will if you haven't tried any of these products. If these just so happen to be products that you're obsessed with, you love, you consider them holy grail, let me know in the comments below. What do you like about them? Why do you think it works for you versus me? I want to hear your thoughts. With that being said, we have made it to the end of the criticizing new makeup releases video. I feel like I was pretty harsh in this one, so don't kill me in the comments. I'm always so scared. Sometimes like new people come to this video, and if you've never watched my videos before, people get really offended or confused or don't understand this video concept, and I always find it interesting to read the comments. But again, I want you guys to have the conversation with each other, not just me. I try to respond to as many comments as possible, but I've gotten to the point where I can't reply to all of them. So I want you guys to talk to each other, reply to each other. I want to hear some conversations happening. It not only helps the video, but it's also interesting for me to read. As a reminder, I will be posting another Sephora shopping video pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed and turn your notifications on. I also have some New York videos planned. I just need to edit them. If you missed out on my last two videos, I worked really hard on those videos, but for some reason it doesn't seem like y'all wanted to watch those videos. Please give them a chance because I did put a lot of time and effort into editing them, and they're videos that I'm really proud of. One is a beauty room makeover video, and the other is a morning routine in New York kind of video. It was also vlog style, so I do show you my skincare and makeup routine in that moment. Be sure to leave a comment on those videos to let me know what you think of that video style, but as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!